Well, 2024 has finished, and with that goes the 40th anniversary of Transformers. Sure, it wasn't the greatest year for them, but I'm gonna go through figures I got this year that I did really enjoy. Now, this list is figures that I got, not ones that released. Just saying that in case anyone gets confused. So, let's get straight into it. At the number 10 slot, we have the Retro G1 Soundwave. Now, this is just the G1 figure that's been done up in the Toon colors. But that is why I love it, as you most likely know, I am a big Soundwave fan. And being able to get the G1 figure in the Toon colors is one of my favorite things about this. It just looks really nice, and I love they came with Laserbeak and Ravage, as they didn't have to do that, as the original toy only came with Buzzsaw. But I do love that they included them both. I do wish they would release a Rumble and Frenzy pack though, because I kind of want them. But his robot mode looks great, and his cassette player mode looks great. But anyway, moving on. Reactivate Optimus. He is so cool. I just really wish the game would come out, because as we probably know by now, the game's probably cancelled. There's been no updates about it. The most we have are the Reactivate figures. And if that's all we get out of this, I'm happy to have gotten the Reactivate Optimus, as he has just got this style to him that no other Optimus can really compare to. He just looks so, like, cool and badass that he kinda blows other Optimuses out of the water for stylization purposes. Like, robot mode is badass, the truck mode is badass. It has a real Mad Max vibe to it. It is really nice. The only part about him I don't really like is his head sculpt. But other than that, he is amazing. That's about all I have to say for him. So, let's move on to the next one. Combiner Wars Cosmos. Now, I wasn't sure how much I'd like this figure when I got him, but getting him in hand, I really love him. I only originally got him to be a stand-in for the Cyberverse Cosmos, as I love her design in that, and the Combiner Wars version was the closest we got to it, so I'm using this as a stand-in for Cyberverse Cosmos, but as Cosmos himself is really nice. I love how he's like a sleek little body. Sure, I do prefer the Legacy one that released that I still haven't got at this current time. But I love how this one looks. Like, I love how the flying saucer mode looks. It's nice and flat, like a modern UFO compared to an old 80s one. But that's why I like it, and it does stick out on its own as its own thing. So, with that, let's move on to the next. Power of the Primes Optimus Prime. Now, this is original leader scale, which is so cool. Like, he's so big, so chunky, but with that, he does kind of have a hard time sitting on my shelf, I will be honest. But there's no other Prime you'll get that does the Optimus mode, and then the Orion Pax mode, and then having the truck mode on with that. It's a triple changing Optimus Prime. Who wouldn't love that? Originally I didn't, because in all fairness, the truck mode doesn't look that good. But at least the Optimus is here and it looks really cool. And then Orion, sure, not as cool, but is there. There's nothing else I can really say about him that I don't plan on saying in a review. So, he's just really cool. And with that, let's move on to the next one. Now, with this one, I was struggling to decide if I should put him on the list or not. But then I started messing with him again, and yeah, he's definitely worth the slot here. Bumblebee Movie Megatron. Now, sure, the alt mode's not the best. I don't like the tank, I don't like the jet, but the robot mode itself looks really cool. But that's not the reason why he's on here. This Megatron, being a Megatron that didn't actually exist in the movie, just going off concept art, means his alt mode can be whatever you want it to be. He is literally a infinity changer. Like, you can pull off a gun mode, you can pull off like an elephant animal mode or something. You can pull off a hand mode, though I kind of struggle to do that as it's a bit strange. But he looks so cool. He carries the Megatron look while being in a live action style. A lot better than Michael Bay Megatron, because that thing was a hideous mess, let's be honest. He just looks really cool, and I really wish we get to see him in hopefully the next live action Transformers movie, if that's happening. Hopefully it is. But I just want to see this Megatron on screen. But with that, let's move on to the next one. Now, I'm honestly surprised that I put this one here, but it's because he was really fun and I really enjoy him. Legacy United Gears. Yeah, the old Grumpy Pants. Who would have thought he would make the list? Well, that's because he's such a good figure. For Gears, of all characters. He's so accurate in robot mode. Sure, the vehicle mode isn't the right car that he was in G1, but it's cool enough. It looks really nice. He has a really fun transformation. I think I've said all I need to say about him in the review of him. But he's just a nice little guy that I recommend anyone pick up if they can. But with that, let's move on to the next one. Coming up next is Titans Return Trigger Happy. Now, I didn't care for Trigger Happy as a character, so I never got this figure when he originally released. That, and I wasn't really that big into Transformers as I am now, as I was kind of in a period out of Transformers. But I'd been looking at this figure, and I've heard that he had been really good, so I caved, I went on eBay, I found him, and I am so happy I did that. He is really cool. I love his robot mode and just how it looks. And his vehicle mode being like some sort of Galactica spaceship is really nice. And I just love how much guns he has. Like, you can use the wrist ones to be like extended guns. They're so cool. I just recommend getting him if you can. He's one of my favorite figures I've gotten this year. Sure, he didn't come out this year, but that's besides the point. Go get yourself a Trigger Happy. The only part that does annoy me is the Headmaster gimmick, as I don't really like Headmasters. That's just to do with parts forming, but it's fine enough. It's good enough. But with that, let's move on to the top 3. Animated Universe Optimus Prime. This has got to be one of my favorite figures to come out of Legacy this year. That might just be my bias towards animated though, as animated is my favorite toy line, well, show and toy line. I wish I still had some old animated figures, I don't. But that's why I was so happy animated came back in Legacy. Like, sure, he doesn't look screen accurate, but we don't need that. The original toy line was as screen accurate as they could get. This guy is a nice merge of G1 and animated, a lot like Prowl was, and Bumblebee to a less extent. But there's a reason I went out and made a review on this guy. It's because I really loved him. He has a really amazing robot mode. He has a really amazing fire truck alt mode. I just wish they'll go out and make the rest of the trailer for him, like the rest of the fire truck. I know a third party's already done that, but I want to see it done officially. I want to see how they would do it. And I also love that we got Motormaster out of it, like the animated Motormaster that was originally a BotCon exclusive, I do believe. So I'm happy I can at least get a representation of the animated Stunticons now. But with that, let's move on to the final 2. Now, these final 2, they can really be put in any order above each other. I just had to put them in a list. So, Missing Link Optimus Prime coming in at number 2 here. It's G1 Optimus, but posable. That is such a cool aspect that I didn't know I wanted until now. Like, sure, Missing Link is really expensive, but it is so cool. I love how he looks. He's got all the little nice sculpted detail that used to be stickers. I love that he includes a matrix. I love his head sculpt. It's really cool. And his truck mode. Sure, it's the G1 truck and it doesn't look much different, but it's so cool you can get there without having to remove the hands or anything else. He is one of my favorite figures to come out this year, that there's not much that can really top him. Even my number 1 slot can come down to number 2 and he can go up to number 1 and vice versa. So with that, let's get into number 1. I mean, come on, you saw this coming. There's no way he wasn't gonna be top of the list. Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. His G1 Optimus, the tuned version this time, but extremely posable. He is the best Optimus in the mainline chug. I can't say anything on Masterpiece, as I don't own that many Masterpieces, but this is the greatest Optimus Prime there is. The only issue I have with him is the smokestacks don't stay in place. But other than that, he is one of the best. He has a really amazing robot mode. Sure, there's a little bit of back kibble, but it's Optimus, there's gonna be back kibble no matter what. They can't hide it away, this isn't a Masterpiece figure after all. He has a really fun and satisfying transformation, to me at least. And the vehicle mode, oh my god, it looks so good. And even the trailer he comes with, it's so good. It's a really complete package. Go out, get yourself a Studio Series Optimus if you can, because he is the greatest Optimus Prime toy probably ever, I'll be honest. But with that, that completes my list. So this has been my list of Transformers I got during this year that I really enjoyed. I'm probably not going to make a list on figures I didn't enjoy, as there was only a couple of those. I might make shorts depending on how my weeks are looking. But as for figures I got I really enjoyed, these are it. I did have a couple honorable mentions, but they're probably going to be in short form as well. But tell me, what do you think? Do you think my list is good? What figures did you get this year that you liked? And with that, thanks for watching.